A fresh, scream-inducing chapter in the iconic Alien franchise is coming. As we journey once again into the dark, terrifying reaches of space, the upcoming Alien Romulus promises to unleash a new breed of fear. But what exactly do we know about this new installment? Is it a direct sequel, a reboot, or something entirely unexpected? And about Apple TV's new series? In this video, we discuss it all. This space horror series, drenched in gore, has been on quite a journey since the brilliant filmmaker Ridley Scott introduced it to the world in 1979. After Sigourney Weaver's character, Lieutenant Ellen Ripley, survived her first encounter with a Xenomorph on the ill-fated space freighter Nostromo, she faced these slobbering extraterrestrial creatures 3 more times, alongside James Cameron in 1986's Aliens, David Fincher in 1992's Alien 3, and Jean-Pierre Jeunet in 1997's Alien Resurrection. Since then, Ripley has been taking a well-deserved break, while the aliens have continued to terrorize in various spin-offs. Now, is this new movie a sequel, a reboot, or maybe a fresh hatching of the Alien saga? Fede Alvarez's upcoming Alien movie managed to sneak into production as stealthily as a face-hugger attack, but what's the scoop? The news of a new Alien installment was officially dropped in March 2022, right after the Fox and Disney merger, and it's a tag team effort with Alvarez in the director's chair and the original film's mastermind, Ridley Scott, taking on the role of producer. Alvarez is certainly no stranger to the horror genre, given his previous work on revamping Sam Raimi's Evil Dead in 2013 and delivering the nail-biting home invasion thriller Don't Breathe in 2016. In the same announcement, they made it clear that Alvarez's Alien movie will be a standalone venture with no ties to the previous films in the franchise. The film is a production of 20th Century Studios, destined for the American streaming platform Hulu, following a similar pattern as the 2022 Predator spin-off Prey. In the grand scheme of things, this will mark Alien Romulus as the 7th installment in the main Alien storyline, and the 9th overall film to showcase those menacing Xenomorph creatures. So, they fired up the Alien Romulus production engine over in Budapest back in March 2023 and shut it down around the time we were all breaking out the sunscreen in early July. But here's the kicker, we're still pretty much in the dark about what this movie is all about. The official synopsis is as mysterious as a cat in a top hat, only revealing that we'll meet some young folks on a far-off planet having a cosmic showdown with the universe's most spine-chilling lifeform. As for the good stuff, the plot details are locked up tighter than a jar of pickles in a spaceship. Yet what we do know is that Fede Alvarez's pitch was a real winner, impressing Ridley Scott and the big shots in the studio. Rumor has it Alvarez is a huge Alien fan, and ages ago, he dropped a fantastic concept on Ridley Scott. Whatever that idea was, it must have been as unforgettable as an alien abduction, because it lingered in Scott's mind. So, he rang up Alvarez and asked, "Hey, want to turn that wild idea into a full-blown reality?" It was like a treasure chest of a story with characters you've never laid eyes on before, said the 20th Century Studios spokesperson Steve Asbell. I hope they're right, as things have been a bit rough for the series since the first movie, and it's tempting to wave off any attempt to resurrect it. But hey, I'm actually feeling pretty optimistic about what Alvarez has up his sleeve. Now, let's talk about what Scott did with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Instead of going for the same old Alien formula, he went all philosophical and deep, exploring the whole God versus man and man versus machine thing through the eyes of a crazy android named David. The visuals were stunning, no doubt about that, but narratively, scatterbrained and frustrating as heck. It's like Scott couldn't make up his mind about where to take the franchise. He just went off in a million different directions, hoping that some magical path would appear out of thin air. Instead, we got a couple of movies that felt like a bizarre mishmash of ideas without a clear focus. Characters like Elizabeth Shaw would show up and then disappear without a trace. And don't even get me started on those underdeveloped concepts about the origins of the Xenomorphs. Something about black goo? Yeah, I don't know either. The thing is, Prometheus and Covenant are just too darn complicated. They don't give audiences what we really crave, and they don't chart a course worth exploring. The same can be said for Alien 3 and Resurrection, those films that tried way too hard to push the franchise in radical new directions. Talk about trying to fix something that wasn't broken. So my friends, here's my advice. Let's keep it simple, okay? Alien works best when it's a good old slasher film set in space with a few cool ideas sprinkled in. We don't need all the details spelled out for us. Leave some mystery. Let our imaginations run wild. And hey, let's not forget what Cameron did with Aliens. He didn't stray too far from the tried and true formula. He just cranked up the intensity and gave us more kick-ass characters. That's the sweet spot we're aiming for. Now, as for who's starring in Alien Romulus, well, here's the lowdown on who's hitching a ride to Alien Romulus. Don't get your hopes up for a Sigourney Weaver encore, because she's not expected to make a comeback in this interstellar adventure. Instead, Fede Alvarez is rolling out the welcome mat for a bunch of fresh faces, ready to face off against some seriously nasty adversaries. And leading this cosmic charge is none other than Cailee Spaeny, the star of Mare of Easttown. And that's not all. We've got a whole constellation of talent joining in on the extraterrestrial fun. Brace yourself for Archie Renault from Shadow and Bone, David Jonsson from Industry, Isabella Merced, the dazzling star of Rosaline, Eileen Wu from Away From Home, and even a taste of The Batman with Spike Fern. With that, let's shift our attention to the Alien TV series that is in the works, and it's spinning a whole new web in the Alien universe. This one's got Fargo showrunner Noah Hawley at the helm, and it's coming to FX. It's worth mentioning that this series is doing its own thing, separate from Fede Alvarez's standalone movie. The TV series has been in the rumor mill since December 2020, and by January 2023, we got some juicy details during the Television Critics Awards. Hawley's been working on this baby, with none other than Ridley Scott handling production duties. Now here's where it gets interesting. Sydney Chandler, known from Don't Worry Darling, is taking the lead in the series. And guess what? This story is set on good old Earth, but not the Earth we know today. It's Earth 70 years into the future, making this the first of the franchise's main tales to happen on our own turf. Now, this series is set before Lieutenant Ripley's time, and no familiar faces are dropping by either. According to FX chairman John Landgraf, we're taking the first story in the Alien franchise that takes place on Earth right at the tail end of this century. Ripley and the gang are MIA, but Landgraf is promising big surprises for all you die-hard Alien fans. As of now, the Alien TV series is playing coy with its title and release date. Alright, but fellow space thrill seekers, mark your calendars, or at least make a tentative mark for August 16, 2024, because that's when Alien Romulus is set to hit the big screens. But, and here's the cosmic twist, keep those antennas up because release dates in the movie biz can be as elusive as UFO sightings. So there's a chance this date might do a little shimmy as it gets closer. Well, that's it. For now, make sure that you like our video. Please share your views and opinions in the comment section with us. Subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.